So we're going to just work on this small area of blue we've got here. So I've got an ultramarine, a phthalo would be good as well. Looking quite dark. I'm going to put down a base coat first of all. That's that pink edge there. That's the photocopier in the distance. You can hear copying next week's picture, which is again by O Keeffe. But we're going for the flowers which she is famous for. Got a little bit of blue just on this one as well. This is a little bit of cheap paint I found. I only want a little bit of blue, and I think you can tell by the way that is going on. It's not very good at all. So we shall add a little bit of white to that to make it a little bit more opaque. Bit more blue on top. As I said before, the quality of the paint does make a big difference, and as I only wanted a little bit of blue, I thought I'd use this tube that had been donated at some time, and it's not very good, is it? Anyway, by adding a little bit of white to it, we can make it more opaque, and then hopefully we can build up some layers of it. So I was using, when I was trying this out downstairs, some artist quality acrylic that I had. 100 Newton used to do a big range, and I used to have that in the shop, but obviously it is quite expensive. But I mean, it's obviously when I stopped selling it, anything I'd got left came into my paint box. The quality of the pigment and the strength of the pigment is so different, but it's expensive. So normally Galleria System 3, anything like that is okay. If you really want to treat yourself, then do get the artist quality stuff. Same with watercolour, isn't it? Much bigger range of colours. So just putting this blue down here, trying to build it up so we get a little bit stronger, and then this goes into black. Wipe my brush, pick up some black, and this is black along here, and fading into the blue again. Into into the, or on the this canvas support or cardboard or whatever it is you're using. So we'll just lightens up down there as well, so let's just get a bit of white and put that in. In fact, it really goes to white at the end here. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. This is our impression of this piece of work. So we've got a bit more of this pinky red to put in here. This is a pinky browny red, so let's, oh, we've got any red left, yes, a bit here. Use my big brush for this one, and right off, pick up the colour. Water run down the ferrule. Just blend that into that black, which is dried now, so need a bit more red out. Extends a bit more along here actually. We haven't used a lot of paint, which is good. It'd be nice to try this on a really big canvas, wouldn't it? Although the lady that was using canvas paper struggled with blending the colours in. So we need to pick up some white and lighten this up now. Leaving a little bit of the red showing to create that, again, a little bit of the path or crevice or I don't know what. Just need to lighten that little bit up there. Right, this is red but a bit more purpley. Well, we're not going to add any blue to it, but let's darken that bit down to there. Up a little bit. With a bit of yellow ochre going on top. White again. here, so I need to look at that. This is darker here, so let's put some red into that. It's a bit darker up there. Also, your colours dry on your palette, and it's difficult to get those colours back then. So it's a good exercise in mixing. Right, this is a bit messy here, so let me get that pink colour again. Just this is again, it's a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of white and a bit of red. Touch of black just to darken it down. This sort of stony colour again in this bit here. I think of all the different colours we've created, just with, well, obviously we've used a little bit of blue, but generally we've just used red, white, black. This looks to be a little bit pinker here. Is just from the copy, or from the it's actually got that one, so I have to look online really to see. Just put strip of white here, so let me wash my brush. This is probably one of the longest videos techniques. It has taken a lot longer than it's all the water running down my ferrule. Then we've got this bit of white along here. A little bit here as well that I've forgotten, so let's just add that in as well, because we have painted right up to the edge. Really ought to put in a bit of sky. So let's go for a bigger brush. I've got a lot of white left, so we've got a bit more out, I think. So it enables you to just neaten up that edge as well. Of course you could have done this beforehand. Some more paint out. We go through bigger brush. My voice has gone funny because I've got a brush in my eye. I didn't want to put it down. Right. Turn my board upside down because it's much easier to work away from this edge than it is to work up to it. Picking up some red, just letting that merge. Try and keep your brush strokes fairly horizontal. bits of the undercolour coming through. I think that's nice. I think that doesn't matter. Adds another dimension to it. The colours are getting a little bit dry. Can add a little bit of water, not much, just a little bit to help it flow sometimes. I'm going to add a little bit into this, just to take it to the edges. Alright, I'm finishing here, aren't I? This is where I'm finishing, about there, so got a bit of white in there, quickly, a bit of water, and wipe that off. A bit more white, let's just spread this over. Sky helps to re-emphasise the colours in those Arizona, New Mexico I should say, mountains. There might be one or two little tweaks that are needed to do as you look at it. But that's for you to decide for me to finish off. So that is our final video on our New Mexico landscape and mountains in the style of Georgia.